Transport Minister himself, Mr. Abdul Ghani Khan Chowdhury, visited the scene of the disaster, the worst in the area's history. Authorities say up to 100 people may have died in the crash and more than 100 others injured. The train was on its way from Tamnapur to Chariogan in the southeast of the country. Heavy rains had been falling and had washed away a bridge over a ravine. The narrow gauge engine and the 5 front coaches plunged over the edge of the ravine into the swirling waters below. Relief and rescue operations continued throughout the night, but they were hampered by the slippery ground and heavy rain. By the following evening, more than 50 bodies had been recovered from the wreckage, but the railway authorities believe many more are still stuck in the submerged coaches.
A failed brake, a dreadful disaster. All night they picked and sawed their way carefully through the tangled metal mess of Paris's worst train crash, extricating the dead, a crowded commuter train. They're talking here now of a death toll of perhaps 50 or more. Treating and comforting the injured, mobile medical teams set up a field hospital on the platform. 30 or so hurt, 15 of them still in a serious condition this morning. Some trapped in the wreckage for hours. Upstairs, friends and relatives waited for news, a list of the injured on a board near the station entrance. For some, the news was bad. At 5 this morning, 10 hours after the crash, the last survivor was cut from the wreckage, both legs amputated. The runaway train had slammed into the stationary one at something like 60 miles an hour. The driver screamed a warning and leapt to safety at the last minute. The other driver was killed. The impact colossal. What we have here, said the fire chief, is one train carriage inside another. It's difficult to know which train is which. They're using heavy machinery now to separate the trains. It's a painstaking process. There are more bodies in there, perhaps 10 or more. Nobody knows for sure.